Hi there, Plant Girl here. So I was thinking that I would do a little video series about the seeds that I plan to sow. Instead of going over everything and making one really long video or doing, a lot of planting videos to show you what I'm sowing, I thought this might be just a little bit different way of presenting that. So I thought I would go through different categories. Like today I'm planning on showing you my peppers. One video I'll show you my tomatoes and maybe my squash. So let me know if you think this is an interesting thing to see, if it's something you're interested in, because I want to give you, the viewer, things that you're interested in to see. So I'll put this one out there, and you can let me know through your feedback and comments, and those likes and that type of thing, whether this is something that you're interested in. So let's hop into it. I brought my seed case out. These are a great option for storing your seeds if you haven't found a good way to store your seeds yet. It's just a photo storage box. Lots of people use them. I'm not sure where I first saw it. I'm certainly not the one that came up with this idea. And in fact, I've just ordered a second one because I have so many vegetables and flower seeds in that. So I just have a couple on top here that I've already sown, winter sown, and some that I still need to winter sow. So let's find my pepper seeds. Because I've ordered another container, I don't even have these labeled. Get that popped out of the way. So this is pepper seeds in here. And I have several varieties that I'm looking to grow this year. Some that I've grown in the past, some that I'm trying for the first time. And they're from various seed sellers. So pop them up here so you can kind of have a little look. I believe there's 11 varieties. So there's no endorsement from any of these companies. I haven't found one to be better than the other. In these packages here, this is a new company to me this year. This is Atlantic Pepper Seeds, and then I have some from the Blazing Star Wildflower Seed Company. I think this is Mackenzie Seeds. Yeah. Incredible Seed Company, Vesey Seeds. I just like to try lots of different companies, and I try to focus on companies in Canada, and if I can find some in my own province that have things that interest me, then I like to try there as well. So that's really the only way I choose my company. I've never had one that hasn't sent me really good stuff yet. But let's get into it. So seeds I've grown before would be all but these 3 varieties, I believe. Yeah, these are all open packages that I've used in the past. And the one I want to start with first is King of the North. I tried this for the first time last year. I enjoyed these peppers. They're supposed to be a hardier plant that matures a little bit faster for those of us in the northern climates. And I have to say, I thought they were a little bit slow going at the beginning there, but once they got going, then they did produce a decent amount of peppers, and I believe I had some ripen as well to red, but I tend to get impatient and pick them when they're green. It's no problem to eat them that way anyways. The bell pepper I was growing before that for just a nice large bell pepper was the California Wonder, and I'd grown it for a few years. I've been happy with it. I've had pretty decent yields off of it. They don't always ripen to red, but they do a pretty decent job. And they actually got going last year faster than these ones did, but then I think these ones caught up, and they're very similar. So I'm going to grow them kind of side by side this year and see with them right in the same spot how they do. If I feel like maybe one of them outperforms the other, maybe I'll just move to one or the other, because they're both basically the same thing in my mind. So it's going to be interesting to see how that turns out this year. Another favorite that I have is these little mini bell peppers. These are just little sweet peppers, and this is just a mix. I think there's supposed to be like 4 kinds in this mix, but I've saved seeds from the orange ones and the red, the ones that ripened to red. These ones are the only ones I think have ever ripened right to their actual color that they're supposed to ripen to for me out of this mix. I've never seen any of these kind of black, purpley ones, and I think they're supposed to be yellow in here. But I really like the orange and the red ones when they ripen, and they're just nice little mini peppers like it says. So I have saved seeds, and I'll just be replanting these for next year. Another favorite that I've grown for several years now is these sweet banana peppers. These are a mild banana pepper, and I think only like once or twice I've ever had one actually ripen to red, but I really like them even at that yellow stage when they get like a really deep yellow. And they're nice, and they're prolific performers for me. I get a lot of peppers out of these plants, and I can easily share these with friends and neighbors, family, anyone who wants. There's always lots off of just a few plants. So I always like to have some of these in my garden. And another one that I like to have is these little jalapenos. These again are a mild jalapeno. I'm not into really, I don't mind having a little bit of a bite, but I don't want to burn my mouth off just to eat a pepper. So these are nice, and they're nice for pickling. The banana peppers are good for pickling too. And I like to stuff them, and I like to stuff these and make little jalapeno poppers with them. They're not a huge jalapeno, but they get a decent size. Again, they can ripen to red here, but I usually wind up picking them green and just eating them that way. I enjoy them like that. They produce quite well, and maybe I should be a little less greedy and leave more to ripen, but in our short season, sometimes I like to just get them and eat them while I can. These were 3 varieties that I tried new last year. This is the Hungarian Hot Wax. This pepper didn't really excite me last year, but it was in kind of a, it was in a part of the bed that maybe, I'm wondering if it was just getting kind of shaded out with my compost bins and some of the other plants. I like to plant a variety of things in each of my planting spaces. So I don't know if it really was given the best circumstances. So I'm going to try it again this year and see. It's supposed to be a great pepper. So I'm going to try it again this year and just see how it turns out for me this year. Another one that I just wasn't really loving, I didn't think it was anything spectacular or amazing when it first started producing, was this Antohi Romanian. This is a sweet pepper, and this one, you need to pretty much, I find, you need to wait for it to ripen to really get a really good flavor out of it. Once they started to ripen for me, they were quite yummy, but they take a long time. I don't know if it says 70 days. They were like the end of the season and even onto my counter after we'd had frost before they were ripening really well for me. So I'm going to try them again. You know, you just never know. I like to give things, you know, more than one go before I kick them to the curb. So I'm going to plant these again. And these sweet lipsticks, let's see, what are they? They're 73 days. And again, when you're looking at peppers and most plants, the maturity date on them is from when you plant them out. So these get planted like 8 to 10 weeks before my last frost, which will be in March. But this 73 days will only count after they get planted out, which will be middle to end of May. So that puts us, you know, into the end of July, early August before I should be seeing ripe peppers on these. But anyways, these are a nice pepper when they ripen, and they ripen to the most gorgeous deep red color. They're a beautiful pepper, and they're really, really sweet once they're ripe. I would not pick and eat these earlier. You can, it won't hurt you, but they really, it's not, you're not getting near the flavor you'll get with letting them ripen. This really makes a difference with them ripening, and I really enjoyed them that way. So I'm hoping to get more be a little more patient, leave them on the vine, on the plant longer, and let them ripen, because that is a treat when they ripen. Then I tried some new ones again for this year. There was one Sugar Rush Peach. I keep seeing this mentioned in videos. One YouTube channel that I really have seen a lot about this pepper is UT. I'll put the name up on the screen. I'm not good at remembering his full channel name there, but he and Angel and Kiddo, they have a nice little garden space, and they've been growing these, and they had a lot of good things to say about them, and I've seen a few others talk about these, and I thought I needed to give these a try. They're a hotter pepper, but they're not supposed to be, you know, anything too crazy hot. And they're supposed to be just a really good pepper. The Sugar Rush Peach, and they ripen to a really neat color. So hopefully I can get some of these to ripen for me and I can try them out. And then candy cane peppers, and I'm not sure, UT and Angel probably grow them too, because they grow a lot of different kinds, and maybe that's where I first heard about them. But I saw them here on this site when I was looking at different things that I might want to try out, and I thought, yes, those looked like a neat, they're striped, they have variegated foliage, they're just a really neat looking pepper, and they're supposed to be pretty tasty too. So I'm going to give these a try. And then this company just had some kind of fun little packages of kind of mystery packs. So this is Cheap Sweet Annum, and it's basically just seeds they scooped up off their floor. So I have no idea what varieties are in here. I'll probably, you know, only plant 6 or 8 and maybe not even that many. We'll see, but I'll plant a few of these and see what I get out of them. And it'll be kind of fun to guess and try and figure out what they are. I'm not a real pepper aficionado, so I might need some of you guys to help me out with that. But I thought I'd plant a few of these anyways and try them out, and then save some for another year. This company had they had a mix of sweet and hot. They had, I think, just like a mixed pack of just hot peppers. They had a few different fun things like this, and they were about half the price of the others. So kind of a fun way to try, hopefully, some new varieties that I don't already have here. So I thought that'd be kind of fun. This year for my peppers, I'm going to be planting them once they go outside into my large plant pots. Are about 2 feet around, and that's where most of these are going to be going. So if you haven't seen my videos before, you could check them out. I've grown, what have I grown in there? I've had them for, this will be my 3rd summer. I've grown peppers, sorry, not peppers, potatoes. And I had, I think, a few tomatoes in them last year, some corn and some squash and pumpkins and onions. I've had a few different things growing in them in the last few years, and I thought they might be something that works well for peppers. And then I think I also have just a few smaller, you know, 2 or 3 gallon pots with a few pepper plants in them that I can stick into my cold frame if I need to help them ripen up at the end of the season. So that's my plan for my peppers this year. Like I said, they won't be going in and getting sown yet until probably about I think it's about the middle of March, early March, something like that. It gives me that 8 to 10 weeks. And I do like to start them closer to the 10 weeks than the 8 weeks. Pepper plants can take a little bit of time to kind of get going. Once they get going, they usually grow pretty well for me, but they can kind of be a little bit slower to start. So I like to start them a little bit on the early end of that 8 to 10 weeks. But that's what I'm sowing for peppers this year. So I hope you enjoyed this. Again, let me know in the comments what you think of this series of just showing you the different things that I'm sowing and what I think of these plants and why I'm sowing them. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.